All right, let's dive into a huge shift happening right now in the world of influencer marketing. For a long time, it was all about chasing likes and followers, but that's over. A whole new era of financial accountability is here, and trust me, it's changing the entire game. So let's unpack how this new currency of influence is completely reshaping the landscape.
For years, this was the question. 1 million likes. That meant you'd made it, right? But now, executives and smart marketers are asking a much tougher question. That's great, but did it actually make us any money? The old way of thinking, it's officially on notice. And here's why that question is so incredibly urgent. The global influencer marketing industry, it's projected to hit almost $33 billion by 2025. Yeah, billion with a B. And when that much cash is on the table, you can bet the people signing the checks are going to want to see a real, measurable return on their investment. So, to really get where we're going, we've got to take a quick look back at where we've been. For the longest time, influencer marketing was all about playing what we'll call the old metric game. And this was a game focused entirely on reach, awareness, and just big, flashy numbers. So what does that actually look like? Well, the old way was totally obsessed with broad metrics. How many followers does someone have? How many likes did a post get? It was all about visibility. The new way, it's a game of profitability, plain and simple. We're talking measurable return, actual sales, and real sustainable growth. The focus is rocketed from the top of the funnel straight down to the bottom line. And this brings us right to the heart of the problem with that old approach, the vanity metric trap. It's this deceptive cycle that makes a campaign look amazing on the surface, while underneath, it's completely failing to deliver any real business results. Let's be super clear about what we're talking about here. Vanity metrics are things like follower counts, page views, likes, all the stuff that feels good to see. They give you that nice little dopamine hit, they look great in a report, but they don't actually tell you if your strategy's working or what to do next. There's just no context. And the real danger here is that these numbers aren't just useless, they're actually harmful. They are, as the source puts it, hollow metrics that can literally pull your entire team's focus away from the things that actually matter. Revenue and profit. And this isn't some small oversight we're talking about. The scale of the problem is massive. A staggering 41% of marketing KPIs today are still considered vanity metrics. Think about that. For so many teams, almost half of what they're measuring is basically noise, not a useful signal. Okay, so if the old rules are broken, what are the new ones? This is where we pivot from the problem to the solution. Let's look at the new rules of profit, a set of metrics built from the ground up around actual performance. First up, we've got ROAS, which stands for Return on Ad Spend. This is your immediate gratification metric. It answers a very simple question. For every single dollar I spent on this creator, how many dollars in revenue did I get back? Like right away. It's absolutely crucial for measuring the direct, short-term punch of a campaign. But short-term thinking can only get you so far. And that's where customer lifetime value, or LTV, comes into the picture. This isn't about just one sale. LTV measures the total profit you get from a customer over their entire relationship with your brand. And get this, acquiring a new customer can cost 5 times more than keeping an old one. LTV is how you measure the real long-term health of that relationship. So this brings you to a really critical strategic choice. When you optimize for ROAS, yeah, you can get a fantastic immediate spike in revenue. But you often end up attracting bargain hunters who just use a discount code once and then vanish forever. But if you focus on LTV, you're prioritizing customer quality and retention. It helps you figure out which creators are bringing in the true fans, the loyalists who are going to buy from you again and again. And now we get to the one metric that the C-suite, the executives, really truly care about, the LTV to CAC ratio. CAC is your customer acquisition cost, every penny you spend to get one new customer. This ratio tells you if your marketing is actually sustainable. Are the customers you're bringing in worth more than what you're paying to get them in the door? So, what's the magic number? The crucial thing is knowing what to aim for. The industry benchmark for a healthy, sustainable business is a ratio somewhere between 3-to-1 and 5-to-1. That means for every dollar you spend getting a customer, you should be getting $3 to $5 back over their lifetime. If it's less than that, well, your business model might be in trouble. Of course, you can't track what you don't measure, right? Switching over to these new metrics means you need a serious upgrade in your technical toolkit. It's all about engineering precision into your marketing right from the very beginning. But listen, it doesn't have to be super complicated. The foundation really just rests on three key tools. First, unique discount codes. They give you clear, undeniable sales data. Second, UTM parameters. Think of them like digital breadcrumbs that show you exactly where your web traffic is coming from. And third, tracking pixels and APIs, which help you map out that entire customer journey. And this is where modern platforms are really stepping up to the plate. Let's just take a look at an example. A platform like Ainfluencer shows exactly how these tools are getting integrated. Its features are built specifically to handle these new demands, things like e-commerce integrations so you can track ROAS in real time, or fraud protection to make sure the customers you're getting are high quality, which directly boosts your LTV. It's all about having the right tools to lower your acquisition cost and prove your value.
So, how do you pull all this together and actually win? It's about building a strategy that isn't just creative, but is also financially sound and ready for the future of the creator economy.
Here are the key takeaways for your 2025 playbook. First, focus on scaling with smaller, high-impact micro-influencers. Next, shift to performance-based pay whenever you can. Third, invest in long-term creator relationships. That's how you boost LTV. Fourth, make AI-driven vetting for fraud and performance an absolute must. And finally, embrace co-creation to build authentic content that people actually trust. And at the end of the day, that brings us to the one final question you really need to ask yourself. As we move into this new era, take a good, hard look at your influencer program. Are you still chasing that empty high you get from Vanity Metrics, or are you building a sustainable engine for real, measurable business value? The choice is yours.